nice. My friends, I just want to show you something really pretty. It's an American Telecaster made in Corona, California. I love just natural Telecasters like this. But you look back here on the bottom, the little knob, that's a B bender. This one has locking tuners on it. Let me show you the back of this, which is gorgeous. It's kind of cool. So really, really like this. I borrowed this one from one of my friends, a local guy that has this. So I want to say a big thank you to Bryan Clark for letting me borrow this. This is going to be great. This is kind of one of the more standard ones where you do have the workings for it in up here, rather than having a separate lever on the outside. The lever does go through where the neck is kind of pretty stiff to pull it, but you can see what happens here. On the other end, that's pulling the B string up. So I'll play some licks that that I mess around with a little bit whenever I play a B bender guitar. All right, so here's the guitar in the studio, and I mean it's a pretty killer guitar. To say you're playing like a country rock type thing, that I would typically play sort of like this. But okay, now I could do this. Even if you just use it in little spots, it's really kind of cool. That's great. A minor kind of thing. The first time I ever played a B bender, we had been playing in a band I was in. We were doing a Band on the Run, right, by Paul McCartney, and it's in D, I think. So it's like, but we were doing it in A, I think, at the time. And I remember thinking, boy, wouldn't it be great if I had this, because then you wouldn't have to have the synthesizer thing. You go like, stuck inside these four walls, right, sent inside forever. Wow. Never seeing no one nice again like you. What would it be? You, Mama. So yeah, there's all kinds of cool things you can do. A couple tips I would give anybody that wants to start playing a B bender is you gotta have the right strap. So Bryan has the perfect strap. This is a Fender strap, and you want something that's tacky on the back. This has got kind of the deer skin, or what, I don't know what that is, but it's, in other words, it sticks to your shirt. Speaking of shirts, you want a shirt that's not going to be slinky and slide around on your shoulder. You want one to kind of stick up there, so that you can do that kind of thing, and the shirt not shift with you. And you're also probably going to want to adjust your playing angle. My playing angle typically is about like this, but you're going to want to kind of play up a little bit, so you got that kind of. So you got that angle where you can do the up and down. And this is a perfect guitar to have. One of the kind of tip that I've found playing is, say you're going to play a whole chord now, and you got your thumb behind. It's easy to do these bends when you got your thumb up top, right? I mean, you can. It's easy when you got your thumb behind. Let's say you're playing like a B minor 7th chord or something. It's going to be harder to pull down because your thumbs are back behind. But say, So you want one of the reasons I like Telecasters for this kind of B bender thing is they're lightweight, not like putting a B bender on a Les Paul, but you can real easily just kind of push down with your hands. So that's what, say we're playing an A minor seventh or something here, or what. I kind of use this hand to provide that. I don't know if I've seen other guitar players do it or not, but it's something that I do. That's killer. So kind of the way this works, of course, is, let's say we're playing a D chord. You got your D here, you got your, right, that kind of D. You can, that's what I was doing a while ago. You got your A, which would be, you're going to slide up to like an A sixth. I think that's right. Unless you put your finger down. Or, so chords like this that work really good. Minor chords are going to be. You don't have to always go up a full step either. This one is set up to go a full step. Sometimes you might just be segueing through something. You might just need that little something, a little. Do it. So you can be subtle with it too. In between position on this guitar. Like Jimmy Page in All of My Love, he played those kind of little. Here you get to see how it looks strapped up pretty good. You get to see what the mechanism does when you pull it down. See what's going on there. Hopefully my arm's not obstructing that. So you can either pull it a whole step or half step, depending on how hard you pull it, or some variation in between. I was looking to see where is the adjustment. I guess is it back here. Here is the knob. This one is set up to do a full bend up. So I was looking to see how do you. There's a hole here. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Huh. Oh, that's where you, oh, maybe this is where you adjust it, because it adjusts how far it can go. There's actually a little piece of felt in there that it's bumping up against. Let me see if I can do this again. Yeah, unplug it for a second. Let's see. So I guess the distance you're able to pull is dependent on, you're probably a screw, you go down in there and you screw that farther back or closer up, and you can adjust the amount, right? Bryan has this one set up perfectly to do the full up. So, a bit about this guitar. For one thing, I love this kind of Telecaster. That's a beautiful neck. It's super playable. It's a U.S. made. What does it say? Series, what does it say? Series number US 20009522. So it's a pretty modern Telecaster. He has a strap lock up here. I think he said he lost the strap lock thing back here in the back, or he didn't install it or something. So he just he doesn't use the strap lock in the back. Let me take this strap off for a second. Made in Corona. Feels like a 9.5 neck radius. I'm sure it's 25.5. You got the brass barrels back here, which I typically, just to make sure I get perfect intonation, I usually switch out and put the slot. But this one's working great. This is just a beautiful, beautiful guitar, gorgeous in every way. I'm guessing that's alder, has to be maple neck with your skunk stripe. And really, really nice. I mean, it's an honor. Thank you, Bryan, for letting me play this guitar, borrow it for a week. I'm going to get it back to him this week. But it makes me wish I had a Telecaster with a B bender. I've never played a one with a G bender. I'd like to try that someday. I know Brad Paisley does that. I noticed, I don't know if this came stock or not, he may have added it. I think he probably did. He got a roller string tree up here, which is really good for this kind of thing. And it looks like he's graphite. I can see this kind of dark in the nut there. It looks like he's graphited these. Looks like he's got graphite in his nut slots, and so that makes the string slide around really easily in there. I just think it's well done. I like the white guard. I noticed it looked like when he bought it, he had a black guard. I know it's in his case over here. So it must have started out as a black guard, but I kind of prefer white guards. And my American Tele is, so this is the one that's kind of my number one guitar when it comes to playing a Telecaster. And I don't know that I want to cut all that out. I'd like to get one of my other Telecasters. I've got 4 or 5 others that I could use. Maybe at some point get one put into one of my guitars. Let me tell you the reason I do like this mechanism over the ones that go back here. They make some kinds that you can get, and they got little levers on it. I think I would have a hard time doing something here while I'm actually trying to pick. But like with this guitar, I can be picking, I can be doing stuff up here, playing in places on the neck, so I don't have to be back here messing with levers. Because they make the ones that have levers back here. And I would be the kind of B-bender person that wants to play some stuff over the top of the bent note. You may have noticed I was doing that a while ago, particularly when you go to play a minor chord. You can bend down, and it's going to pull one of your notes up, and then you might want to play some little bits over the top of that, right? Extend what the B-bender will do with your fingers. Because I've always done the B-bender type lick, stuff like. So that's kind of a B-bender type thing that I've artificially done over the years. Whereas I could use the B-bender and actually do that live and then play even more intricate type licks over the top of it. But yeah, I've watched Paisley do his stuff, and the G-bender stuff almost intrigues me more than the B-bender. But wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if there's some way you could do a G and a B? And I'm sure maybe somebody's already figured that out. That would be just great to be able to, to do this kind of, to stretch up to that, right? I would totally dig that if I knew that I could do that kind of thing, If you could set it up so you're playing a G here, and you can set it so that when you bend up, this note goes up to here, and this note goes up a half. Then you could real easily go. You just stretch to it. It's like on a pedal steel. If you could do both notes at the same time. So I don't know. Maybe there's some way that could be done. I would love to have something that would do that. That would take your A note and go to a D. With the imagine if that went up, and that would sound really nice. So yeah, this is pretty. This is nice. I would do this. I would do this if I could afford to. I was trying to remember the name of the guy he said did it. I think he's paid to have several of them done, and Bryan has another one that's awesome. He had it tailored to it. It resonated better than this guitar. Seemed like he said it was a Baja Tele, and I played it. He brought it along so I could hear it. I could tell he didn't want to let me borrow that one. It's beautiful though. It's just like worn in, and he had it customized in some very interesting, fun ways. And I remember I was playing that one out in the parking lot, and I said, that's pretty excellent right there. It sounded so good. Unplugged, you could almost play it. It's like I've never heard a Tele that quite resonated like that. I think he says he's got 8 to 38 or something strings in it, so they're pretty slinky strings. Nice playing guitar. Peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel if you like. Let me know if you got any questions about B-benders. I'm not an expert or anything on it, but it's funny. It's like the kind of thing that when I pick it up, it feels like real natural. It feels like something, I guess, because at heart I'm a country, blues, rock, tiny little bit of jazz and gospel. Kind of is where my style falls, as a combination of all that. And then then I was influenced by harder rock like Rush and stuff like that. But at heart, I am the kind of guy that likes to bend strings and make kind of countryish sounding licks and do stuff that adds a little extra something to the ear when you're listening to it. And this is the kind of guitar that achieves that. Very nice. Fender American-made Telecaster. I'll try to put the exact name of this model because I don't see it written on it anywhere. I just see Fender, Corona, California, and that serial number, which maybe I could look that up and see what that goes to. Peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel if you like.